गं गणपतये नमः। ॐ 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 गं Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam 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 Ganapataye Namaha.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to day 11 of 21 days of chanting to honor Lord Ganesha's birthday. Thank you so much for joining everyone who has been coming to these calls since we started 11 days ago. Time flies when we're having fun, and boy, are we having fun. There's so much Ganesha consciousness, and it's not just having a lovely chanting experience. Ganesha is showing up in our lives in a very miraculous way, super intelligence. Things are just moving so quickly. I just had a bit of a technical glitch before this call started. I couldn't find the meeting in the Zoom webinar section of our accounts here. And so quickly, Ganesha just got everything sorted out within about 2 minutes. So sorry for the delay in getting started, but here we are. And it is a testimonial for all of us to call on Ganesha, especially when we're in a time crunch. So we're not just chanting a mantra, we are really bringing in his consciousness inside of us so that whatever we desire, whatever we need from him right in that exact moment, or perhaps down the road, he's there and he gets into the people who will come and help us. So it's always a pleasure and honor to be of service. My name is Sidrita. For those of you who don't know me, wishing you all a warm welcome. So we've been watching Dr. PILLAI'S videos every day prior to our chanting session. And what that does is it sets up a message for us to focus on. So we're going to get into a little bit of a state of video watching while people are still joining the call. And then we will go into a preparatory meditation before we get into the chanting. And the chanting, for those of you who are new, or for those of you who have been coming and going, this is a process that we are going through to plant the seeds of Om Gum inside of us. So we will be focusing on different body parts and then chanting the sound Om Gum, or you may just chant the sound gum. And I'm saying just chant the sound gum because it can go pretty quickly if you're not used to chanting at a rapid pace. And why we chant at a pretty rapid pace is because we want to just stay focused and not go off into some la la land or some dream world, or we're thinking about something that happened in the past and we can't get out of it. So it helps us to stay laser focused on the part, and then we're going to fill up that body part or brain part with light, and then that light is going to explode in all directions. So it's going to be like a pebble in a pond rippling out into all directions. And we're going to shift our attention out of our mind, out of our body, out of our soul, out of this experience to beyond the body, beyond the mind, beyond the soul, beyond this being who we call ourselves. So we want to radiate that energy out, just like you can't see microwaves, or you can't see radio waves, or you cannot see cellular mobile waves. You can't see that, but they're there. So we're sending the signal out, and then it's going to go beyond this third dimensional existence that we are experiencing here on the earth plane. And we're going to go into the fourth or fifth or sixth or umpteenth dimension. We're just going to allow that light to seek out that which will help us. We don't know how to send an SOS out to the divine in the way that they can relate to it. So in their language. So the language of the divine is light and sound. Pretty simple. So we're going to send out the light. The vibrations of the sounds will already be there. Following those light waves, the sound and the light waves will travel together. They will go beyond this dimension, and we will feel the breathing in of that light and sound vibration from the divine beings who we are going to reach out to. And that may be the different forms of Ganesha or Dr. Pillai or other masters or gods and goddesses. So Ganesha opens us up to all the divine realms, and there are infinite realms. So don't get your head too bent out of shape about it. Just allow the process to happen and imagine you are shifting dimensions. And how you may experience it is that you will actually get a jolt, like you just were on a rocket ship and the booster went off. So once we experience that, it's so palpable, we will know it. And it's to everyone's going to have their own individual experience. So it could be heat. It could be just a great feeling of release. It could be like, I don't know where I am. I don't know who's chanting. I don't know how my mouth is moving. I can't feel my body anymore. So if you really go deep with this chanting and meditation process with Ganesha and Dr. Pillai's grace and blessings, you could go beyond the beyond and dump so much karma that you don't even know what it is that you dumped. So again, karma is an energy that keeps you stuck in a mindset. So if your mindset is about suffering in any area of your life, or perhaps all aspects of your life for way too long, this is what Ganesha will do. He will just remove that energetic connection. So you can create new synapses in your brain and in the nervous system of your body, and then that will translate into the energy bodies. So if that is just way over your head, like it is for me, I just love to just dive into the sounds and imagine them being planted into me. That's my new foundation for the consciousness of success, to experience super consciousness, miracles, goals that I have not been able to fulfill, projects that have been stuck. All of a sudden, the doors fly open. People are coming to support me who never have before. Family, friends, colleagues are all coming because Ganesha is saying, hey, enough of your karma. Let's get busy. Let's get it done. Let's experience what we've all wanted to experience, which is heaven on earth. And it's not something that is only for spiritual people. It is a reality that's in everyone. As Christ said, the kingdom is within. So we are going to get the gates unlocked by Lord Ganesha. We'll feel the Kundalini energy coming through the chakras. The chakras are going to come alive and tell us a story. We're going to dump anything that is no longer serving us. And we're going to absorb all that intelligence, all that light, all that beauty, all that love and joy that we've been missing. And then as our day unfolds thereafter, OMG, he's always there with us. So enough of that. Let's get into a message from Dr. Ply. Thanks so much for joining, everyone. It's going to pop up a shared screen. Here we go. Enjoy. We'll see you in about 10 minutes.
August is a very important time period as far as the evolution of the human race is concerned. Why? It's the descent of the energy of Ganesha, this being who has come from his own world, from his own galaxy. I don't know how I can summarize the importance of this time in a small video like this. I have done over a period of time about 65 video clips, somebody told me, on Ganesha, including the science behind the elephant head and so forth. So the best thing I can do is to make a series of statements, and then if you want to research, find out what it is all about, I welcome you to do that. Ganesha is an extraterrestrial. The God himself is an extraterrestrial, and who always comes to the earth plane taking great compassion towards the hardships that we go through with this body, which is subject to aches and pains and diseases and death, and the mind that is ignorant. So they are all out there to help us out, including Jesus. Why didn't Jesus come here? I want to bring down heaven on earth as it is in heaven. He said in my last prayer. My Lord's Prayer, he said, I am here to bring heaven on earth, to transform the planet, and that involves also transformation of the body. I have done many videos on Jesus and transformation of the body as well. So Ganesha's birthday is very significant. On this day, there is this special energy that comes, and that allows you to give a great brain. So that is the least that can happen, and also an evolution towards the superhuman proportion, where we can transcend our limitations. So the statements that I'm going to make are like Ganesha is an extraterrestrial being, a god, who has the ability to transform, and then of late I have been drawn to him in a very intimate way, and and how he helps to change the brain through the changing of the breath, and how he controls the senses, and how he controls the chakras. All these are things that I have never known before. I have known other aspects of it, but then the key aspects of it I have been able to know only very recently. So he's a God who is concerned with our own evolution, the human evolution, and then he's out there to give it. And I'm very happy to be instrumental in bringing that out to the people. So the birthday of Ganesha, and you can birth him in your own body, mind, and soul. And the important thing that can happen is activation of our brain, of our thalamus, of our anterior cingulate, of our hippocampus. All these things are associated with Ganesha. And I've done some videos a few years ago, and if you want to look at them. And then Japan is one country where Ganesha is worshipped by the Japanese people, and the tradition apparently went from India. So he is a god of wisdom. He is the god of womb. That's another statement, that womb is the sum total of human and divine consciousness. So all these things are going to be available to us. So what has happened over a period of time for the human race is that we have become, the popular tradition is so underinformed that we miss out certain secrets behind the religious traditions, and how they all attempted to better humanity. And we think that science and technology have improved our life. Yes, they have done a good job. But then we are still dealing with new diseases, and then the biological evolution seems to have come to a standstill, because we are only looking at the biology as the end of our human existence. The biology is only just what we can see with our own eyes. There are a lot of other things that other bodies within these bodies, and science and technology have no way of understanding that. So what I'm going to do, there are many ways of methodologies through which you can attain or obtain Ganesha's consciousness. One is the use of sounds, because the sounds, certain secret sounds delineate his energy, and I'm going to be giving some of the sounds and some of the programs that will be there. And then alchemy is another way of doing it, use alchemy. And then there is also the use of herbs that can give you Ganesha's consciousness. I'm happy that I was able to do this video. Thank you very much. God bless.
So we're back, ready to get into our meditation and chanting practice. So a couple of key things that Dr. Pillai touched on, which you can then explore inside of yourself, is that alchemy. We want to turn this hunk of flesh and blood and bones and guts and bugs and everything else that's inside of us, we want to turn it into gold. So alchemy is a term that when you transform some metal into gold. So we are like the metal being pounded with the Om gum. So we're going to shape it into this beautiful being that we want to be, which is this golden energy, the golden consciousness shining like gold. And it is the golden age, and Ganesha is coming in 8 forms as per Dr. Pillai in 2020 right now for his birthday that's coming up. So when we get initiated into that consciousness, especially the golden Ganesha, the Heramba Ganesha, which is 5-headed Ganesha. He's got 5 heads. So that will help to clear all our senses. It will help to open up the different aspects of our brain, our chakra system, and a bunch of other secrets that Dr. Pillai is going to share. And not just for your intellectual understanding, you're going to feel it. So let's get prepared. Let's build Om Gum inside of us and be that foundational energy so that we can be open to receive the gifts coming during Lord Ganesha's birthday, which is coming soon. So let's keep going. All right, so close your eyes and put your attention internally. You can be focusing on the base of your spine initially, and then pour your attentional energy even into your legs. And then if you can, imagine a reddish, orangish light, or even pinkish, like a sunset. That beautiful pinky hue that is so sweet when you look at it. That's Ganesha. So he's at sunrise, he's at sunset. He's the beginning. He's the one who says, okay, the beginning of a night, the beginning of a day. Let's get going. Have success. So reddish orangish light pouring down your legs into your feet and toes, even into the ground. We'll call on Ganesha to remove the obstacles for you to experience success in this chanting practice. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Now imagine a ray of light shooting up your backbone, piercing all the chakras, the psycho-spiritual centers that get activated and begin to release anything that is disturbing you. And then absorb the energy of the divine. This light shoots up the top of the skull and into the space like an SOS signal to the divine for help. So establish this divine Wi-Fi connection. Imagine 2 beams of light entering your eyes, piercing your eyeballs. 2 beams of light enter your ears, piercing your eardrums. 2 beams of light shoot up your nostrils. A beam of light enters your mouth, fills your tongue up with light, back of your throat. The whole head lights up. A beam of light pierces your 3rd eye. The brain lights up. And a beam of light descends from above, piercing the top of your skull. Feel the pressure, feel the piercing of that light, activating your Sushumna, that ray of light from the base of the spine that shot up. They're meeting and dancing in your brain, and the whole body lights up. We'll call on Dr. Pillai to embrace the whole process, embrace us. From head to toe, we feel his light, his love, his super consciousness, his ability to change our destiny. Get us on the track of the divine so things can happen fast. Make your prayer, set your intention for his support in your life. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Now focus your attention on your brain. As Dr. Pillai shared in his message, Ganesha activates different parts of the brain. Focus your attention on the whole brain, the front of the brain, the back of the brain, the sides of the brain, inside the brain, the top of the brain. Light it up with Ganesha's energy and light and sounds. Om Gam 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 Om Gam. The whole brain is vibrating with the light and the sounds, exploded beyond the brain, radiating out in all directions. Just let it go where it needs to go. Shift dimensions. Now focus your attention on the frontal part of your brain, the frontal lobe, just behind the forehead. Allow Ganesha or ask Ganesha to show you intuitively where that is. Frontal lobe, anterior cingulate cortex, von economo neurons. Ganesha is taking you there. Om gum 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 Om Gam, Om Gam. Now go into the middle of your brain in the thalamic region. The thalamus is a relay station. Ganesha is there, relaying the message from the divine to give you success, super intelligence. Allow Ganesha to take you into the thalamic region of your brain. Om gum 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 om gum. Now ask Ganesha to take you into the hippocampus. It's responsible for your memory of who you truly are, which is light and love and super consciousness. Om gum 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 om gum. The vibration of the energy, the light and the sounds are moving through your brain, Move into your third eye, the pineal pituitary. Ask Ganesha to show you where those are in the midbrain area. Om gum 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 om gum. Now move your attentional energy into the back of your brain, the occipital lobe. Tuck your attention under and ask Ganesha to enliven your cerebellum, the mini brain, tucked underneath the cortex. Om gum 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 om gum. The whole brain is exploding with light and sound waves. Beyond the body, in all directions, shift dimensions from your brain. Pour your attentional energy into your eyeballs, into your ears, into your nostrils, your mouth, and the tongue. Light them up. Add the sounds of Ganesha. Eyes, ears, nostrils, mouth, tongue, back of the throat. Om gum 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 om gum. Om gum 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 om gum. Om gum 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 om gum. Om gum om gum om gum om gum om gum om gum om gum. Om gum om gum. Your eyes, your ears, your nostrils, your mouth, your tongue, the back of the throat is lit up. Explode that light into all directions. Shift dimensions. And now your attentional energy pours light down your throat, down your arms and hands and fingers, clearing out karma stuck in the throat, stuck in the arms and hands and fingers. Om gum 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 om gum. Om gum 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 om gum. Om gum 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 om gum. Om gum 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 om gum. Om gum 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 om gum. Om gum 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 om gum. Om gum 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 om gum. Om gum om gum. Pour your attention into your chest, into the organs, the heart, the lungs, down into the guts, the back, the front of the body, or lit up the sides of the body, allows the light to enter, cleansing the organs, releasing toxic substances, absorbing divine healing energy, revitalizing the organs in the body. Om gum 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 om gum. Om gum 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 om gum. Om gum 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 om gum. Om gum 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 om gum. Om gum 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 om gum. Om gum 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 om gum. Om gum 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 om gum. Om gum om gum. The light explodes beyond the body in all directions, shift dimensions. Now your attentional energy goes down the legs, even into the feet and ground underneath your feet. Om gam 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 om gam. The light explodes beyond the legs in all directions. Shift dimensions. And now move into your backbone. Your spinal column will enliven the chakras. The root chakra, the navel chakra, the heart chakra, the throat chakra, the middle of the brain, third eye chakra, the crown chakra. Feel them coming alive. Fill them with light. Om gam 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 om gam. The light explodes beyond the chakras. Shift dimensions. Now, again, imagine Dr. Pillai pouring light into your body from head to toe and then embracing your whole being with light, absorbing your negative karmas, enlivening your connection to Ganesha. From head to toe, you're full of light. Om gam 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 Om gum 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 om gum. The light explodes beyond the body. Shift dimensions. Allow Ganesha's light, intelligence, energy, vibration to merge with your consciousness so that you become Ganesha. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the body, peace to the mind, peace to the soul, peace to the environment, peace to the world, peace to the universe and all beings. As you're slowly coming out of this process, you can make a prayer of gratitude to Dr. Pillai for pinging your soul so you will come and join people from around the world. Thank everyone for joining, because the collective consciousness will accelerate the chanting benefits exponentially, so that we're collectively radiating that out into the universe. And then that energy comes back into us with the blessings of Ganesha, the divine beings, Dr. Pillai. Make a prayer to Dr. Pillai, make a prayer to everybody. Pray for those people in your lives to come out of their harms and hurdles just by your spiritual practice. Today, and then a final prayer is for whatever you want, and then pray for those who need it the most. Food, clothing, shelter, medicine, clean water to drink, to bathe in, and people to love and support them, just as you are loved and supported in your time of need, especially from the divine. So send the divine, send Ganesha to go help those people who are very, very traumatized during these challenging times. And then relax. Slowly, slowly come back to yourselves. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. Whoa, where did we go? Thanks so much for joining, everyone. We will see you tomorrow night for day 12. God bless those people who are going to stay. Well, this is part of the call where we can share our experiences either on the chat, or you can post your questions too. So experiences, questions. I'm going to pop up the shared screen here to remind us about the living Ganesha. So it is the 11th and it's the 11th hour coming up. So Living Ganesha is the course that Dr. Pillai is asking those people who will get the ping from Ganesha to come and get initiated into 8 very powerful forms of Ganesha that will awaken various aspects of your being and of your life. So that early bird special is happening today. It's ending today, I mean. It's been happening all along. So the link should be underneath this video. And if not, then perhaps Rod or someone here from Pillai Center can pop it onto the chat so that maybe Ganesha said, hey, get in there. So we don't want you to miss it. It's going to be ending at 11 p.m. Pacific time. So whatever that converts to in your place where you are, then that's the end of the early bird special, but then it's not the end of the enrollment. You can go up until, I believe, the 15th. It starts on the 15th and goes through the 22nd. So if you haven't watched the free webinar that Dr. Pillai did a few days ago on the weekend, please go and look at that. He's pulling everybody's heartstrings. Come on, come and get this initiation. It's something that he's never done before because it never was the right time. So maybe it is the right time for you to get Ganesha's support and get out of your challenges that you haven't been able to get out of. That's the way out, is the way in. And the Satguru, Dr. Pillai, who has the permission from the Tamil Siddha tradition to help humanity. And this is what it is. So he said, come on, we need to get Ganesha. Ganesha, what do you want for the world? How can you help the people come out of their problems? And then he's doing it for the whole world. We're in big trouble. So it's not something that will be resolved very quickly if we leave it up to the human mind and science and politics and religion and so on. We need divine intervention. And that's just super intelligence, not just super intelligence, it's miracle consciousness and super intelligence. So like I shared with you today, and what I've been hearing from people, just when they need instantaneous support, help, and not just help, okay, thank you. It's like, get the thing done, because I have no clue. So some people have been writing to me and sharing that I'm so grateful because I didn't know that I could get the help that I need to come out of my problems. So they knew their problems were there. They were trying to go and get help. And then this has been helping them to see the light. And then it's been opening up doors for them that they couldn't open up before. So this is the miracle of Ganesha and the miracle of being with Dr. Pillai, the avatar, the Sadguru avatar of Shiva. So, and Shiva is a consciousness. It's not just like a deity in the Indian tradition. It is a consciousness that is very balanced. So enlightenment and prosperity are what Dr. Pillai wants us to experience. Someone asked me last night, how to find a way out of life or something like that. I was like, whoa. But what they meant was, I want to get on the path of enlightenment. Well, you already are. Enlightenment is a process. You can't just plug into the big light of God and expect your brain to handle that. It will explode. It's like too much voltage. So that's why we grab onto these sounds to protect our brain, to evolve it, and our body, to evolve it so we don't burn to a crisp like a barbecue, because we're meat. You know, we're like flesh, like the flesh of something you would cook, an animal, you know. So we don't want to have that experience or go blind or deaf or whatever when it's just like the circuits explode with all that intense energy. So we're building the foundation inside of us. Ganesha is the first one out of all the archetypes. So if you've been praying to a certain God or Jesus or Allah or Muhammad or whoever it is, saints, sages, and you haven't been getting to that state or place that you feel like you should be evolved to, Ganesha is it. He'll just say, until you figure me out, until you put me first, you're not going anywhere. So it won't mean that everything you've done up until this point is going to be a waste. It's like an investment. You have to wait. It's a long-term investment. And then once Ganesha says, okay, you got my blessings, then you can cash out. So the Living Ganesha course, again, is the 8 initiations to access the super normal powers, meaning it's beyond what you can imagine. And so it's superpowers of the preeminent performer God. So he just goes and does it for you. So you don't have to stress. Like I said, it was 2 minutes to the call. And I was like, oh my God, I don't have a meeting. I don't even know how to do that, set it up. Who do I call? What do I do? And so Ganesha just made me type to the right person at the right time. And it got done instantaneously. And I had no stress. I was like, wow, this is fast. Thank you, Ganesha. So that's what it is. Check out the Living Ganesha. Store post on Play Center. And we'll see you in that course. All right, so back on big screen. All right, everyone. So for those of you who are here, let's just see what's happening on the chat. David Hawkins talks about the fact that we can't handle the energy either. Absolutely. And that's what Christ said too. Christ was a guy just like us. And then he had a destiny. He had to he was lost in the desert for 12 or 13 years. They said he was lost, but he wasn't. He was getting trained on how to turn the body into light. So he was in the mystery schools in India and in the Middle East. And he got all the teachings from those sages, those wise beings, the wise men from the beginning who came and they said, hey, this is the dude for, 2,000 years ago until now. So he showed us that it can be done. And then he was only around for 3 years anyways, by the time he got all his initiations and everything. And then it was very dark times. Of course, we all know the story. Or maybe we don't, but what happened to him was he just had a tremendous amount of light and intelligence. And he just said, okay, let your will be done because this is way too much for me to handle. I've got to get out of this karma so I can bring in the Holy Spirit. And what is the Holy Spirit? It's the holy breath. So when you're chanting a mantra and you're saying Om, you're calling Ganesha because he's the God of Om, omniscience, omnipotence, and omnipresence, meaning that he's going to change the way you think and the way you speak, the way you act, the way you react, the way your karma is. He's going to bring your attention to that Holy Spirit inside of you that is Om. It's the mechanism or the key that unlocks the secrets to all the states of consciousness. So waking, dreaming, sleeping states, and then gets you into another state of consciousness, Turiya state, which is you are God. To realize it, not just think about it and I kind of feel like I'm enlightened. You wouldn't say that. You wouldn't say, oh, I'm enlightened. You would just be in awe all the time. Wow, the wonder of how your life is unfolding, the bliss consciousness, things are happening super fast and you're able to handle it. And you're able to do really great things in the world. And you're like, pinch me, how did I get here? So it's not that you're going to stand on a world stage for most people, unless that's your karma. Cool. Great. Awesome. But most people, we just want to have peace in our relationships. We want to be able to create or co-create a beautiful existence with one another, and then have the ability to, so that everyone has whatever they need. You know, they have enough money, they have enough food, clothing, shelter. They can do things for their families, and everybody's being raised and everything is good. And then they can also help people who are in need when they come and they say, can you help me? They're not like, oh my God, what do they want? They're like, yeah, of course. You know, the divine is helping me, for sure. I can do that and help you to help yourself. So Radha is posted here the link to the survey. Oh yes, there's a survey that Ply Center has. And you go and you answer the questions like, hey, what do you want to know about Ganesha? It's not even like, that's not a pop quiz. It's like, do you like Ganesha? Do you want to chant to Ganesha, meditate to Ganesha? Do you want to see more videos of Dr. Ply giving messages about Ganesha or information about? So really simple questions. And you submit it, and then you get put into a lottery, and your name gets picked, and you become one of the recipients of a sponsorship of the 8 Ganeshas course. Wow. So please just click on it and do it. So some people have said, my God, I can't believe it. I got it. I was praying to Ganesha. I was really, really praying. And now I'm in the course. So thanks to the people who are sponsoring those lucky individuals who are the recipients of your goodwill. And God bless you all. So that's how it is. We want to help. We want to be able to help people to evolve, not just give them stuff to get by to the next thing. When we help someone to shift their consciousness to expand their understanding of what reality is beyond this material reality, you know, getting educated, married, kids, so on, and all the rest that goes on as a human goes through life. There is this reality of, whoa, where am I now and who is helping me? So we don't have to die and go into the spiritual world. We can have the Holy Spirit being awakened. And it doesn't matter what tradition you're from, religion, custom, belief. Spiritual science is spiritual science, and you are your own experiment. So enjoy your own gumming and your connection to Ganesha, planting the seeds. Those are the seeds, or bija, B-I-J-A, bija, in Sanskrit, where the seeds are Ganesha. Just like the seed of an oak tree grows the oak tree, you're growing Ganesha's consciousness inside of you from head to toe, inside, outside, all around you. And then that is exploding. And it's pouring out into the space so that everyone else can enjoy or embrace a little bit of Ganesha consciousness. And maybe that might be enough to wake them up to get on a spiritual path. Not that you'll be saying, hey, you know, you should join this. Mind your own fabulous business. Just do your spiritual path, and whatever you do is going to affect the people around you, because that's part of your karma. You signed up for it some other lifetime ago. So that's what we want to do, is keep praying for Ganesha's consciousness. We're a network of people. We're creating a big net, and we're catching Ganesha. We're attracting him to this network of people who are working towards creating this net. So hopefully that visual is something that you can grab onto and imagine Ganesha consciousness coming in, and then just like the internet is going around. Sparks are flying, Ganesha's flying. So Jagdish is saying here, thanks for addressing my question on enlightenment. I've registered for the premier course, front row seat. That's awesome, Jagdish. And that's what happens. We start to realize that the most important thing in life is to raise our awareness, raise our consciousness, get us out, uplift us from the funk that we've been in. And we don't even know really what it is, but we know as we're taking steps towards it, whoa, this is what I want to build. This is the consciousness that I want to have, where I can think and manifest and think and de-manifest. Because trust me, I have negative thoughts all the time. And they grab on like little leeches and I got to pull them all off. That's gross. But anyways, it feels like that. Like, stop sucking the life out of me. So now I don't have to do that. I can simply call on Ganesha. You're the first and foremost. Get these bloodsuckers off me. And he does. So he puts in our way some obstacle that says, you're going to ask the question about what, who, what, where, when, why. Because I want you to get on track, to raise the spiritual energy from the base of your spine. You haven't been able to do that. So thank you for sharing about enlightenment. I feel like I just went on fire there. Inside out. So that's Ganesha. So I can't be more emphatic about it. Yes, I can, because I get so excited. I get excited when people, they go for it, because your life is going to never, ever, ever be the same. You can't go backwards. Once you get on the track, you cannot fall off. You might tip and you might be hanging on by a little string, but the Lord will pull you back and everybody else will too. So it's great to get initiated by Dr. Pillai, because I've met people from all around the world, all walks of life, all ages, all kinds of different beliefs, all kinds of different spiritual masters, spiritual teachings, and they get on the path with Dr. Pillai and get initiated. Boom, everything opens up in a whole new way. So, and it's not only a new way, it's a way that removes all the suffering. That's what Dr. Pillai is committed to. That's what his consciousness is committed to. And that's what we all want, is to relieve ourselves, our family members, our community, our world of suffering. And it's a big task. So it's not so big if you plug into the power source and you don't get burned out. You can keep going and then build that power, build that energy, build that super intelligence with every initiation. So Natalia say here, you're funny. God bless. It's the joy of the divine, the joy of being human, transforming into the divine. It's not something like you blink and miss it. You blink and you blink again, and as you're blinking, it's flashing intelligence. Sparks are flying. And you're saying, whoa, what am I lit up about now? What just happened to me now? And then you as you bring more awareness and you do your mantra practice with even more enthusiasm, then, oh, wow, your life unfolds in a beautiful, beautiful way. So we create culture is saying here, Ganesha has been helping so much. It is awesome. And that's what awesome means. You're in awe. Oh my God, like this is awesome. So great sharing. I'm gonna just scroll up. Thanks everyone for jumping on the Fire Lab last night, the mini Fire Lab. I was so happy to host it and had some really great feedback from everyone. And it was such a joy. I was like, whoa, this is such a simple technique, but a tremendous amount of energy came in. And I was just flooded. I was like, whoa, I couldn't even sleep. I just kept praying and chanting and meditating all night long until like 5 or 6 in the morning. And then I had another call at 7:30. And I thought, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to, stay up. And of course I did. I was able to. And then I took a couple of hours to rest. But it was just like I was so fired up with this mini fire lab, which was only like, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes, invoking Dr. Ply, Lord Ganesha, and Vyasa Draupadi. And it was super duper experience for me and the people who shared. So thanks so much for sending an email over to let me know how it went. People were posting on Facebook, and other people were sending me WhatsApp, and so it was great. And I'm sure that they're doing that to sending that to the other teachers as well who are hosting until I believe it's going to be mid August, because the Audi month is the month of the goddess, and that's why Dr. Ply was commissioned by the gods to say, hey, bring this Draupadi and Vyasa Draupadi. And so that's what he started to do. And then he said, okay, I'm going to focus on Ganesha, so you guys go and finish it off. So the Ply Center teachers have been tag teaming it, and it's been so fun. So come and join that. It's going to be at midnight, which is in about 45 minutes from now. I'm not sure who's hosting it tonight, but it'll be awesome. So please jump in there too. And give us your feedback, share your feedback. Dr. Ply also always wants to know he doesn't really care about what we do. He wants us to find out what the members like. So Marius is saying here, that was blissful. Really felt like my head transformed. Whoa, cool. Into that of an elephant's head. Well, that's what it is. So the elephant's head, if you read about the elephant, just Google it or YouTube it. There are so many secrets of the elephant, this beautiful divine being who is here on the earth plane to bring in compassion, to remind us to awaken the von economo neurons in our brains, so that we will become that super intelligence, super consciousness, the most compassionate that we can be at any given moment in time. And the compassion really is that we're opening up parts of our being that is the God consciousness, ready to serve, ready to be of service to humanity. So it's not like you sign up for stuff. Hey, I want to help out. Yeah, you can, but it's more you are resonating with the level of compassion of saints or sages or siddhas, and you're like, whoa, this is very cool. And I didn't know I was signing up for that, but okay. Because it's so blissful at the same time. So great, Marius. Julieta is saying, I don't know how you do it. You have incredible superpower. You just said it. I don't know how I do it either. I just show up. And what I think is going to happen never does. And so whatever happens, it's like it's a practice of getting out of the way so that the divine can come in and do what it needs to do. And then when we set our intention, our prayer for the particular practice that we're doing, whether that's here in the community on these calls, or whether that's in another course, or whether it's just in your life, not just in your life, it brings life to your life. So the superpowers are really the higher intelligence that's coming in. And what we want to do is get out of the way. We want our ego to just go to the edges, the periphery of the moment. It's not going to ever die because we'd be dead then. So we just want to push it out of the way and allow the divine to just come in and pour rain on us. Boy, that feels good to move around. So Sue is saying here, how many Ganesha statues can you have in your house, in a room? Sue, I probably have, maybe 100. So there are all sizes. So that big one there is like about I would say maybe like 2 feet. And then I have very tiny ones. So there's tons. You can have tons of Ganesha. You can't have enough Ganesha. So, and they're all around my place, my space, because this is quite, it's not a place where people come and hang out and drink beer. It just doesn't happen. So, this place is for the divine to come in. So you can have as many as you want. James, thank you, Suchitra, for everything you do. You're a hero in my spiritual battle to conquer the human mind. And hey, you know what? It's great that you said that. And it is a bit of a battle. However, we don't want to kill the human mind. We don't want to conquer it. We don't want to beat it up. We don't want it to lose. This is a win-win situation. So we want to take this human mind and make it so that it can be receptive to the divine. So we use the human mind to be receptacles or to open up to the divine mind. If we didn't have a human mind, we wouldn't be here. We would just be somewhere else. We would be divine somewhere else. So we decided at some lifetime ago to be where we are right now, which is as the dark ages of ignorance and suffering and pain and all the rest, as we're evolving as humans with this human mind, it's a consciousness. It's not our brain. It's a consciousness that's all around here on the earth plane. And when we grab it, we say, that's mine. That's my human mind. No, it is and it isn't. You're resonating with that. So it's more so open up your brain so that you see, oh, wow, those are like things that I don't want. So it's a bit of a battle at first to be able to see or experience that which is no longer serving you. And then you just grab the divine and say, okay, can you just pluck that out? Or I'm going to just shift dimensions now. Boom. And then all that stuff that you couldn't kind of nitpick about, pick it apart, that takes way too long. You just dump it. It just explodes. And then your human mind becomes so like crystal clear. And it just like a crystal is a receptor. It just brings in that energy and light. And so the divine comes in, and then you are using your human mind. You're evolving your human mind. Yes, it's a little bit of a battle at first, but then you just go, whoa, I don't want to pick all this stuff. Like it's like throwing out the garbage and then going back to the curb before the truck comes and saying, maybe I'll just sort through it a little bit more. No, you don't have to. Just dump it. And then the divine is there. So thanks for sharing that. And I hope that relieves you of some battling going on, because sometimes it feels like that. Speaking of battles, it's Krishna's birthday, and he is the battler of, he's the guy who was around during the Mahabharata, the great battle, the great epic of the divine battle that went on. So if you can read that, and then honor Lord Krishna, who is just all about peace, love, and let's rock the world, and with love and super consciousness. So Krishna consciousness is instantaneous manifestation. So maybe some of us experience that, like, where did I go? And how come I feel so good now? That's Krishna. So Krishna is like Christ consciousness. It's a consciousness that comes in this guy with a flute. He was a divine, he was a human being who was so divine on the earth plane when the divine walked the earth plane way back. So his birthday is a time period where you can birth your consciousness, your human mind, into his consciousness, and then he just loads you up with instantaneous manifestation. So happy birthday, happy Krishna Ashtami. It means the 8th moon. Jayanti means birthday. If we're chanting Heramba Ganapati, should we have a statue of him, or is a Ganesha statue enough? Ganesha statue is enough. You can get one, I think, maybe. Shar is saying, thank you so much. And every beautiful soul here. Another amazing collective energy. It was amazing. Ganesha's blessings to you all. That's what it is. It's amazing. We don't come with any expectation. Zero, other than to just show up, open our mouth, or maybe meditate, or maybe fall asleep, but just be in the presence of the divine, channeling through. And we are changing our channel to a channel that changes us. TM. So we want to channelize Ganesha, and he will show us. He rewired our brain. I had no idea that that was going to be the process that we would go through until I listened to Dr. Pillai's message. And boom, he just said, get their brain. Get all those different parts of the brain, the thalamic region, the hippocampus, the anterior cingulate cortex, the frontal lobe, the cerebellum, the von Economo neurons. What? Nobody's going to want to do that. Ganesha will. Ganesha will put you there. It's a matter of asking the divine to go in, and you don't have to be a neuroscientist or even a neurosurgeon or anything like that. Lots of messages of gratitude. That's great. Great to many thanks to Babaji. It's amazing. He knows you're hungry. He knows you're thirsty for the knowledge that is coming in. It's pouring in to the earth plane, literally. And we don't want to blink and miss it. So this is the time to, okay, it's dark, it's the Kali Yuga, but it's the golden age too. So we want to bring in that golden age consciousness, and we won't blink and miss it. We will be totally prepared, and we'll be like, whoa, this is awesome. Have I responded to each of your questions? Sarita is saying here, I can hear listening to you for hours and hours. Oh, well, you don't want to say that to my bosses. They're like, Sucharita, can you just like shut it off? That's way too long. And I said, I don't have it set up that way. It's just when we're done, we're done. So I'm glad that you liked it. Hey, Faraz said, hi, Sucharita, I just signed up for the Living Ganesha course bundle before joining our call today. I have completely handed over all areas of my life for Ganesha and Babaji's intervention. Congratulations, Faraz. And that's what it is. Who is making you to do it? That's what I always say. Who is making me to do this? It's the God. That is way more powerful than what you can do on your own. And it's a little tricky for people. It's kind of like, oh, I'm a little scared. Or if you're full of fear, please don't do it. It's not your time then. But if you're full of like this, I wonder, oh my goodness, and you're full of this anxiousness and whoa, excitement, that's cool. Because it's something that is like firing your belly up to activate your spiritual connection to these high beings. So you can have a heightened sense of awareness of what it is that you're doing in your life without having to figure it all out. So God bless you. I'll see you over there. For us. So for us is saying again, Ganesha to take control of us, the first one, whatever I achieve hereafter is not going to be me, it's going to be divine miracles. Yes, that's what we want. Miracle consciousness is, you can't think miracle. You can say, okay, I'd like a miracle, but you can't think that fast for everything to happen all at once. And we've had random occurrences over our life when, whoa, that was a miracle. But miracle consciousness, in the sense that when you get initiated into Ganesha's consciousness with Dr. Ply, every moment is a miracle. You can't think fast enough for your day to unfold in a way that you're like, wow, how did everything get rearranged such that I am feeling so much energy, I'm happy, I'm creating, I'm doing all the things that I really want to do. And I had all the things that listed in my schedule that were like, oh God, I don't want to do that. It got erased, it got moved, it got delayed, it got rescheduled, you did whatever you did with grace and ease, even though it was difficult. That's miracle consciousness. It's just like, okay, who's pulling the strings here? I'm loving it. So Jagdish is saying here, let our lives be shining light for all those who come into our lives and inspire them to walk the path too. So beautifully said. You're like a poet. Awesome. Because it moves you. When someone speaks poetically, you know that they are being inspired by the divine, and it is inspiring means you're full of spirit. The spirit is in, so inspiration. So you are inspired, you're in the alignment with the Holy Spirit, and whatever you speak is like honey, and it will manifest. Lovely. You guys are awesome. Bhairavi, Judy Angle saying, Wildlife Conservation Society says tomorrow is World Elephant Day. Go figure. Right around Ganesha's birthday. Parameshwara is saying, please enlighten us on Ganesha herb. How can we take him inside our consciousness through the herbs? This is called Durva grass. D-U-R-V-A, not Darba, Durva. Can you see it? So this is just a couple of strands of it. And then you can just take this and you just offer it to Ganesha. Or what you can do is you can just, cut it up into very small pieces and put a little bit in your ghee lamp. So that's how you can work with the herb of Ganesha for now. Dr. Pillai is working with the siddhas, the Tamil siddhas, on creating a Nambu herb for Ganesha as well. Once that's out, and it's the one that's taken so long as well. The herb another herb you can take is turmeric. Turmeric loves Ganesha. And then even though this is the Shreem Brazil Nambu herb, you can see the turmeric there. So that will also get you into ingesting Ganesha. And that's what Dr. Ply was saying is the alchemy. There's a chemical reaction that's going on, but it's not explained. There's some other power that comes in or intelligence that comes in and turns the coal into gold. So get fired up with turmeric and Ganesha. Sharing the secrets here. Do we say our prayer out loud or just in our head? Can do either or. You can write it, you can journal it, you can write it several times. In fact, they say to write what you want to manifest, 9 times, 27 times, 54 times, 108 times a day, whatever length of period you have, and Om Gum as you're writing it. I want beautiful relationships, perfect health, all the money that I need, whatever it is, and Om Gum as you're doing it. Ooh. So you can commit yourself to that. How do you spell the name of the grass? Durva, D-U-R-V-A, also called or also known as Bermuda grass. Bermuda. So Bermuda grass is a grass that people, they don't really like, so they kill it. But then when they find out it's Ganesha grass, they're like, oh my God, I'm gonna let it grow. So Durva is AKA Bermuda grass. If you don't mind popping it on there, Judy, for people, Bermuda grass. I don't know what the scientific or botanical name is, but you don't really need to know. You just can go online. You can get some Bermuda grass seeds planted, and then you have the sprigs. I get mine in this. Actually, this was a sign of Ganesha too. I was running out of it, and because of COVID, I couldn't. They own the store that I go to, the Indian puja store that I go to. They just had like a small bag, and they said, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." But then this came, so I got, that was a blessing from Ganesha. And then I just keep it in this bag, and then I put it in my fridge, and it stays. So I give them my Ganeshas. So We Create Culture says my whole backyard has Bermuda grass. You have Ganesha. Get busy. So that's where we are so ignorant of what is going on. I'm not saying that you are, but we're ignoring the fact that Ganesha is already living with us, and it is so easy to access, but the secrets need to be unlocked, and then we need to get that going in our lives. Oh, good. Julietta saying, I'll do the Ganesha course with my mother and one of my brothers. Awesome, Julietta. And I've got to revert back to you too. I was hesitating because I want you to get your bang for buck. So I really want you to have an experience that is going to take you to the next level, just not just taking you to, step by step. We want to leapfrog. You got big things to do there. And hello to the kids. We have kids who come, their parents, like Julietta and many people who have their kids as part of these chanting sessions, because it's free, it's easy for them to do. And, since their parents are busy chanting away, they join and then they get into it and they love it. So that's awesome. Oh, okay. So Judy Angelis posted here. I cannot even say what that is. There's a scientific botanical term that's known as Bermuda grass. So you can go and check that out, copy and paste. All right. So are we wrapping it up? Because look at, we've only got 20 minutes and we got to get to that next mini fire lab. So thanks so much for all your questions and your shared experiences. And Juliet is saying, we all love you. Hi, kids. Lots of love. So I'm just going to scroll up. If you did, if I didn't answer your question, I'm very sorry. It's just, there's so many posts on the chat and my eyes are in another world. So if you have a burning question or shared experience, then please post that now. Where's the site for the Fire Lab, please? So Samir or anyone else who's going to join that, there should be a link below this video that will take you to this Pillai Center Practice YouTube. So you're already on Pillai Center Practice YouTube. So once you close this out, then you can go and you'll see Goddess Draupadi, Dr. Pillai's Fire Lab to invoke Vyasa Draupadi. That's maybe what it will say. So just go log out of here, go into Pillai Center Practice again, re-log in or stay there. And then the new one will come up in about pretty close to now. So we should jump off. So it's called Draupadi Fire Lab or Vyasa Draupadi Fire Lab. Nice to see you, Alice. So thanks so much, everyone. God bless you all. We're in day 12 tomorrow. Wow. Look at this. This is amazing. So can we imagine what we're going to be or who we're going to be or what's going to happen in our life as we come up to the 21st day of chanting together? So we're just a little over, or getting close to, are we over? Yeah, we're over. We're over the halfway mark. So let's keep going. So we'll see you tomorrow night. We'll see you first before that over in the Mini Fire Lab. God bless you all. Namaste.